What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic holiday weekend, enjoying some fireworks. Don't blow your fingers off because you need those to make money with Nio to purchase your shares. So don't do that. We got a little bit of news on Nio. You know, they're opening some more opening more charging stations, and they opened their biggest one in a southern city in China. We're going to talk about that in this video, and we're going to kind of talk about the stock itself, what it's doing, and we're also going to give a little bit of a prediction on where we think this is going to go on Tuesday morning when the market opens back up. But before we do, we ask you guys, hit that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things Nio and keeps you up to date on the stock market. So without further ado, man, let's give it some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So Nio, again, we're going to talk about it. They opened up their biggest charging station, they're like charging station area in all of China. This has one second-generation battery swap station, and it also has 50 different charging piles. So 50 different charging stations where people can come in. If somebody's getting their battery swapped, they can just literally just park their car, charge it up, and call it a day. So check out this picture that we have of that station. So this is the station with the second generation battery swap, and then you have 50 other different slots where people can park and charge their car up as need be. So I think that's going to help. I think you'll start to see something like this more and more as they kind of keep expanding. I can't imagine it's just going to be a building, where they can just swap the battery out. But they said Nio that they opened up. They have finally reached 300 battery swap stations. They said they opened up a second generation battery swap station with the 50 charge piles, which is what we see here. And I'm going to scroll through these pictures as well while I'm talking. But these are kind of close-up images of the charge piles, how they hook up to the cars, and then just some little fancy, marketing images here at this point. But according to Nio, they said that their supercharged pile has a maximum power of 150 kilowatts, and they can provide up to 1,000 services per day per pile. So that's quite a bit of services. I don't think you're going to use that much. You can't imagine that many people are going to charge their cars in one day to maximize that place out.
Maybe.
Could be wrong. It's China.
In a giant city. In the background, it kind of looks like it's a big city, which would make sense why you would need all those slots.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, potentially.
Eventually, for sure.
But they definitely got the needs covered. This is one of like 10 that they offer in this city. I can't even pronounce the name of the city down here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I'll sound like an uncultured swine. So we're just going to let it be. You guys can do with that as you see fit. But they said that the supercharging piles are not only available for Nio owners, but they're also available to all electric vehicles, which I think is, that's really cool that they can kind of, you can throw an XPeng in there, or a Li, or a BYD can come in here and they can charge as well, and you don't have to, it's not just strictly Nio, which I'm pretty sure Tesla offers the same thing, but I'm not sure if Tesla does it in China though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I know in the States, you can take your Chevy Bolt and, charge it up at a Tesla supercharge station, but I don't know if in China yet, so don't want to say 100% they do when I'm not 100% sure. So
right, exactly.
I'm sure they will at some point.
Yeah, they may even do it. We're just, again, not 100% certain on that, so we're not going to say, hey, they do it and then be wrong. So we're not gonna news media you guys that. We're not gonna do that to you guys.
Yeah, but for them to accept everybody else pretty much, because in China there's like so many these little startup companies popping up being EV makers now, even phone companies are like, hey, we're going to make EVs now. It's like the hot thing to do. So there's a couple handfuls of different EV makers now. So, the more people that use just the Nio charge stations, that's more money for Nio, because obviously you have to use it or pay for it to use it. So, it's all just more money for them to accept other companies. So,
exactly.
Sense.
And speaking of that, Nio did say that from July 3rd through tomorrow, the swap station here in this town is free to use. They're not charging for it, and tomorrow it's going to be a 50% discount. And then I'm assuming after that it's going to go. I think it's the 4th through the 10th is going to be 50% discount, and then obviously they're probably going to go back to normal rates. Yeah,
and one other thing I want to say real quick. I like how that they have a charging station there, or not a charging station, a swap station there, because you could be there with your XPeng and you're sitting there at the charge station for who knows how long, half hour, and while you're sitting there, you could watch like all these Nios just come in and out of the battery swap station.
Right.
And you're like, hey, that's a lot faster. Let me just go buy a Nio instead.
Right.
Right. It's kind of funny, like easy marketing for that.
For sure. For
That's
sure.
funny.
But with the addition to that swap station, that puts Nio at officially 300 battery swap stations, 202 supercharging stations, and that includes 1,500, just under 1,600 supercharging piles. And they said they also have 380 destination charging stations with access to over 380,000 third-party charging piles. So Nio out here saving the day with all these charging piles. I mean, obviously you have all these other third-party companies, but we're just talking about Nio here. So it sounds like they're on the track to meet their 500 mark by the end of the year.
I mean,
they're to the point where they're opening what? Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, a couple days ago, they did like 11 a day, which is just insane. But yeah, they've been averaging at least 2 a day, which is still insane. So they're gonna hit the 500 goal. And I guess that's not even William Lee's really his goal. That's kind of just the media and everybody else's kind of goal, what they want them to hit. William Lee actually said that he is trying to hit more than 500, which is at this pace he could definitely do it, because 11 in one day is just ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
They went from like 284 to 300 in 2 days. So
so I'm hoping as they get closer towards the end of the year, things just get better, and it just keeps going, and they just meet all the goals that they're setting foot. So We'll find out. So let's go ahead and look at the stock, show you guys what it's doing, and talk about it, and kind of give a little bit of a prediction. We're gonna go into more detail on this in a video coming up here in the next day or two, so watch out for that. But we'll just kind of talk about it right now. So looking at the chart, we can see that we held the 50 mark, so we got the prediction right, or I should say Chad got the prediction right. Above 50. Holding above 50. We did sneak down below into the 48s, but it pulled itself right back up and got back to the 50 mark. So good call there. I was saying 51 to 50, or 50, what was it, 51
I think
53?
51 to 53.
I think so as well. And then we got up to 55, and I'm like, holy crap, this is more than any of us predicted. But then we quickly saw that pullback, back down all the way back down to 50, 51, $52, and then it pulled down to 48, but then came back up to 50.
And yesterday I was getting kind of nervous with my prediction, but yeah, we end of day power hour kicked in, and for the last couple hours or so, and we
never fails.
Ended up all right.
Never fails. So yeah, you could see that we're clearly still in this massive bull run going on right now. Everybody's buying back in. I think the big swap from all these other markets back into the tech and EV sector is kind of starting to take effect. There still is a little bit of fear of a market crash coming. As far as I know, I don't see it, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm just not seeing anything. Maybe inflation, and maybe these people are thinking that, hey, in the next year or two you could see a crash, but right now I don't think that's a thing. Yeah,
not right now. I don't see one happening.
Right. The reason we have had this pullback, I mean, if you look at the RSI, we were sitting way above 70. It looks like 75 is what it's topping out in the last 2-3 months. So yeah, definitely a big run up. We definitely needed this pullback, but hopefully we can kind of get another reversal and just keep working our way up in this direction, and maybe push back up towards that 55 resistance and see what happens.
Yeah, I think if you zoom in on the RSI, I think we actually got, it was, I think, a lot higher than that in the last week or so. I thought we were up at
we got all the way up to 90.
So
even
that's
back
insane.
here is even higher, 92, 95, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are, they love Nio until it pulls back. I don't really understand it. The stock market,
I think that's just a money
stocks have
thing.
to go down, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, it has to come down at some point. The RSI is ridiculous. The stock's been running up a ridiculous amount. It's just, it's good for the stock to pull back at some point.
Right.
It can't go up 8% every day.
Right.
If it does, you better be ready to sell, because it's going to crash. So yeah, I'd rather have nice, steady growth.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree to that. But we can see with the last 1 month chart that it's kind of had this same pattern where it runs up, pulls back, runs up, pulls back, runs up, pulls back. So we're in that same pattern now. Hopefully it kind of just keeps trending in this direction. We can see that it's
up, so.
it's still trending upward even though it pulls back. So again, a little bit of pullback is healthy. Expect it, again, the RSI was way up, so we expect it right now. If we zoomed in on the, the 1 day, we're kind of sitting below 30, but if we still zoom out to the 3-month. We're still sitting at about 55, which this is where stockcharts.com takes their RSI from, is from the 3-month chart. So with us sitting at the 50, actually they might be at the 6 month. Yeah, they're at the 6-month chart, I believe. Either 3 or 6 month, they take their information. But yeah, so hopefully things kind of start to look back up and we kind of turn around. And next week is a bomb. But with it being a shorter week, it could, could go one way or the other. So yeah. But that's gonna wrap up this video. We hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that sub button, hit that like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. It really helps support the channel. It's the best way to help grow the channel, and it's the best way for you guys to stay up to date on everything you need to know about stock market related news and Nio, because that's what we talk about the most over here. But we got links down in the description. One for the Patreon that gets you access to the Discord, which if you guys didn't know, we have over 100 members over there. We all like to talk and give predictions and talk a lot of crypto talk, a lot of EV talk. I think those are our 2 most popular channels right now. But in that Discord, you actually get access to our portfolios and the Discord portfolio, where the choosers got to choose which stocks to put in there. And I actually think we still have 2 more stocks to choose from. So if you guys want to be a part of that, go over there, join the fun. It's a great time. But we also got a link down there for the Weeble, and we got one down there for the merchandise if you guys are interested in getting yourself a cool t-shirt. But again, that's going to wrap up this video, and we thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video.